Sony is going to skyrocket. What is going on, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you are new to the channel, we are doing a giveaway at 100 subs, which is going to be here in the next couple of days, so you better drop a sub and leave a like if you want to be entered in to win. But don't worry if you missed the 100 sub giveaway. We're doing one at 250 subs for another Amazon gift card, so you're going to be good to go. Just make sure you do that, and hey, you're entered in to win. I wanted to talk a few stocks that I think are going to be a buy here in the next week or so, where they have really been kind of either beaten down because of the pandemic, and I see a lot of potential still in these companies, or B, they have been really ridden up in the price and they've seen a recent pullback anywhere from 10 to 20% in the stock. And I think that they are still going to have some value in the run up here throughout the rest of the year. So I have 6 stocks for you guys, 3 of which have not come back all the way yet to their all-time highs from the pandemic. And then the other 3 companies are more tech stocks, which have seen really, really good run-ups. Even during the pandemic, they had reached all-time highs and they have since pulled back anywhere from 10 to 20%. So in the first category, where we have not gotten back to really all-time highs or their peak performance, if you will, since the pandemic, we have Disney, Sony, and Best Buy. So Sony is pretty much the one that I am most interested in and curious about, because we have not gotten a release date yet for the PlayStation 5. And I think with everybody being at home, cooped up, right, video game companies and stocks have really seen a really good performance during this whole thing. Like Modern Warfare, Warzone, and everything has been crushing it for Activision. EA has been pushed to all-time highs. You have seen those companies pull back a little bit, but I think with the release of the PS5, Sony is going to skyrocket. I think that they have a potential to get to $100. I think that they're going to come out with an announcement here soon. I don't know exact date, but they cannot keep delaying this thing. Like, it is going to be here before the holiday season. I think people are going to go out in a frenzy buying the PlayStation 5. It's going to be sold out. You have a really big game in Call of Duty dropping. There's so many new users on Call of Duty and other games like that are turning more to free to play, getting more users in, which is the biggest thing, because then they can spend, microtransactions and all that stuff. From a game console perspective, I prefer Sony a lot more than Microsoft or anything like that from the Xbox side. Next, Disney, right? Disney before the pandemic was up around $150 a share. They are since, they are slowly trying to get back to that point, and they don't have their parks reopened. They basically said, we would be lucky to get our parks back open to 50% capacity by the end of the year. So we can't really rely on Disney's, brick and mortar stores to be bringing a lot of the revenue. But what we can count on, and why Deutsche Bank and other investment companies are upping the target price for Disney, is their streaming platform, right? Mulan, they did something totally new with Mulan. They released a blockbuster name, which increased app downloads 68% the first weekend that it was out. So that is really positive news. I think once we get the actual numbers from Mulan and what they actually made on Mulan is going to really move the stock. I think you have another big name coming out. You have Mandolorian for another season coming in October, which is going to drive even more subscribers back. And again, then you have the holiday season where you are going to get pushed a bunch of merch from Disney, and I think they are going to do fantastic with this new streaming. And then also, if you remember, a lot of the subscribers that they currently have now are free or on the discounted, because Verizon, when you sign up for Verizon, you get a free year of Disney Plus, or you buy a Chromebook, you get free months of Disney Plus. But Disney Plus has only been really around it hasn't even been around for a year yet. So once we get to that year mark, you're going to have all these people who are on this free to pay subscription. They're going to either re-up, and if they re-up, right, they're going to be paying money to do so. So that's going to be money in the pocket of Disney that they didn't have previously for these subscribers. And even if they leave, it doesn't matter, because these were free subscribers anyway. They weren't paying anything. So that is a win-win for Disney. It's like the same thing with Netflix. Like, once you are continuing to up the price, get more people who aren't on that free to subscribe anymore, they're going to be doing really, really well. Next is Best Buy, and I actually misspoke. Best Buy has performed pretty good during the pandemic, and they did reach some highs during the last few months, and they have since seen a pullback, and I really like Best Buy. I have always liked Best Buy, but especially around the holiday season, people flock to Best Buy and they buy. And with the release of, you have the new Xbox coming out, you have the new PlayStation coming out, and you have all these big games and constantly new technology is being released, and people just tend to love Best Buy. It's one of those stores that, like myself, I just go in and I walk around because I like to see everything that's going on. And a lot of, brick and mortar stores aren't open, but Best Buy is, and they kind of have everything you need from a technology perspective. So I really like Best Buy. Traditionally, they perform extremely well around the holiday season. You can take a look at, prior years. In the October to December range, their stock sees a really good run up, and then they typically sell off into the new year. So I would look at Best Buy. It's down 10%, maybe getting in now, holding it till towards the end of the year and selling maybe right after Christmas. I think it's a good play. Now, the last 3 stocks I want to talk about, they're all pandemic winners. They've all reached all-time highs, if you will, or anything like that, but they have since pulled back anywhere from essentially 9 to 20% from their recent all-time highs. And these are stocks that are going to be around. They're companies that are going to be around for a long time, and their growth and their dominance is only going to continue to improve. So I think at these values, you could probably feel safe about getting in, and not necessarily, if you have $1,000, don't just spend the whole $1,000, or if you have $10,000, don't just spend the whole $10,000 right now at their current prices, but slowly buy in the dip and stuff with these companies, because they do have a lot of things going for them, but they are beaten down a little bit from the recent tech bubble, if you will. And we have Apple, Visa, and Microsoft. Those are my 3 that I am really focused on and want to add more to my portfolio going forward here in the next couple weeks and a month. So Apple is down about 20% from its all-time high at around $137. My target price for Apple that I really want to get to before I start really buying a ton more of this company is anywhere from $105 to $110. That is a price where I'm going to feel very confident about really upping the ante in my portfolio. I've been slowly buying anywhere from the 120 to 112 range. I have bought a few more shares, but it's not like I've gone all in and just spent $5,000 on more shares of Apple. I think the 105 to 110 target price, I think that is going to be a nice floor for the company. I don't think you're going to see them dip a lot below that, because Apple is a household name. They have a ton going for them. September 15th, they have Watch Day, which, they could release something absolutely crazy. So I think that is going to help put a floor on the current price here, or even a catalyst, send it upward. You have 5G and all their 5G iPhone that's going to be coming out. It got delayed a month. So typically the new iPhone launches right around now or towards the middle of the month, but it is going to be now in October. So that is going to be another catalyst here in the next couple of months. It's going to send the share price up. And then of course you have the holiday season where you're going to get people just flocking to Apple to buy all the new tech. People are sitting at home, they're trading, trading is through the roof, which means also spending is through the roof, shopping is through the roof, all this online stuff. And I think Apple is going to be rewarded very handsomely come the next earnings report. So I think investors are going to be looking to Apple to buy and get in at this price. I mean, you're down 25% from the recent highs. At $105, you're going to be down 25% from the all-time high. I think that's a great time to get in and get Apple for a long-term play. You should feel good about it. Visa is another company that I absolutely love. They're down 9% from their all-time high, right around $200 a share right now. And I really like Visa because all this online shopping, all this stuff, people are, there's a coin shortage, right? Like there's a mint shortage. When you want to pay cash, you can't, because you're not going to get, your full change because there's a shortage, because so many people aren't using cash. Everyone is using credit cards, and online shopping requires you to use credit cards, and Visa is one of the largest credit card companies in the world. You got Visa and MasterCard basically is the 2 dominant ones, but Visa is definitely the biggest. And I mean, anytime we are locked down or anything like that, especially going into the holiday season, Visa is going to see some really amazing numbers. So Visa right now, 9% down from its target, or not its target price, but its recent all-time highs, I think is a buy. Lastly, we have Microsoft, which is down 10 to 15% from its all-time highs when you're, depending on when you're watching this video, and they still have a lot of really positive things going for them. They did not see the massive tech run-up that you saw with Apple and Tesla, so I think that they are kind of next in line to get that nice big run-up from a tech perspective. If you remember, right, we talked about the PS5 and all the sales and stuff and the great numbers that could bring Sony, but a lot of people tend to forget Microsoft, though they're invested in the cloud and Teams and all this corporate stuff and contracts with the US government, they also do have the Xbox. Like, they're releasing a new Xbox, so that is also going to help the bottom line for Microsoft. And, you know, they also are still in the mix for the deal with TikTok. So though there has not been anything officially announced, I do really like Microsoft at the current prices. It has been an absolute beast. If you're just comparing market cap and all that stuff to some of the other, you know, companies like Apple and stuff, Microsoft is a little cheaper than Apple right now from a pure valuation perspective. So I really like Microsoft at these levels. It's a company, again, like Apple, that's going to be around for a long time. You should feel good about buying at these current levels and holding, you know, for the next 5 years. You will make money. You will probably get anywhere from a 40 to 50% return. And, you know, I think, you know, with a lot of these tech companies, they were really bought up, and now you've seen the broader market sell off, and, you know, money coming out of these tech companies and going into more of your recovery stocks, if you will, like airlines and stuff. But I think people are going to tend to start steering back towards these stocks, especially once we get closer to the election and uncertainty and volatility return. And then even going into the earnings season, I mean, there's so much, the holiday, the earnings season, these are going to be really ripe catalysts for these stocks. So before we go, today in history, 1961, an unmanned Mercury capsule is orbited and recovered by NASA in a test. So pretty cool. There's a lot of crazy technology nowadays, and I think, you know, we're going to be in Mars in no time, and, well, humans, that is. We've already got robots on Mars. Humans on Mars is, I definitely think here in the next like 100 years, that is going to be a reality, 100%. Elon is a crazy dude. You never know what he's going to be cooking up. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Sorry it was a little long, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell. I don't think I've ever asked that. Hit the notification bell, drop a like. And I know I'd really appreciate it. We're growing like crazy, and I am pumped to do this every single day with you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day.